Hey y'all, this is Ricardo and Jasmine
Hey.
again. So we recently made a post about in the beginning, so we kind of wanted to make a video telling you guys our relationship story and how it started and up into this point. So I guess we'll kind of give our intro of our current state at that time, and then we can go from there. So I'll let Jasmine start it, and then I'll follow up.
You always let me start.
Ladies
Anyway,
first.
I guess. Well, yeah. I guess that's fitting because in this whole situation, I was definitely the aggressor. Um, when I saw Ricardo, I definitely was interested. Okay, he works in finance and I work in HR. So I'm just gonna say that he was afraid to approach the HR lady. Maybe I don't know,
No, that
but
wasn't the case.
that wasn't. Oh, but I remember he was at the copier machine and my hands aren't ashy today, and he had on like a purple shirt and he had like a purple tie on or something, and his, I mean, it was just very well put together, but he had muscles, y'all. And then I remember walking down the hall and I was like,
You look cute in your purple. And he like looked up and flashed this smile, and I was like, oh yeah, I got to meet him.
so I was like, I was on a mission, and I remember going around the office and like asking different women if they knew, and of course they did because a lot of them were like trying to hook him up with their niece or whatever. And then where I worked, it's a lot of gay men, so a lot of women were like, "Are you sure he's not gay, girl? No tea, no shade." But when I saw how he walked and just carried himself, I knew that brother was not gay. Okay.
So I went over to, I don't want to put her name in the video, but she knows who she is. She's responsible for this, and she basically helped me concoct the plan to meet Ricardo.
Now, at the time, I was a single mother. My daughter was about three.
Three.
Three. She was 3 years old. I was living with my sister. We were renting a townhome, and we were just like having fun. You know, I was not really thinking about the future. I didn't know if I was going to stay in the current city I was in. I just knew that I wanted to be an awesome mom to my daughter. And I didn't even know what career I wanted. You know, I was just still kind of figuring out school, just a bunch of stuff. So when I met him, I was excited. I sent a bunch of emails, and when I talked to my friends, they're like, "Oh, God, girl, you went after him. You this and that," and I did, and I got to know him. And so from your side,
So, from my side, first I'm gonna start my current state since that's where kind of what Jasmine left off. I was single. I had recently just turned 21 a few months before then.
he is younger than me.
Yes, I am younger. Another conversation for another day. Um, and I was actually still living with my parents, just saving, chilling, you know, living the bachelor's life in my parents' basement. And I remember seeing Jasmine. I remember like, oh my God, this girl is fine. But it was like, I didn't think, I was like, okay, maybe she doesn't work here. Maybe she's just doing like a temporary job because there's a lot of people that go in and out of the building. So I was like, and eventually she said, she sent some emails and we eventually went to lunch. And really that was like, that one day really opened my eyes to a lot. And, that first first lunch, I don't know if you guys have actually watched the video we posted, but I think it maybe talked about it in our wedding video. She was greedy and she could talk, and it was definitely something, the attribute I did love about her. And from there, literally from that day, you would say we wasn't, it
Yeah,
was
we
probably days from that day we was never separated.
Yeah, and really, so we told that story to kind of circle it around to our background. Today we do live a balanced life, and we're married, but it didn't start that way. Ricardo was young, very young. I was young, and I was an unwed mother. And we're both starting our careers. And so we think about that journey, and what may make us different, or what might make us the same as as
Nature.
as some other relationships, or relationships that are blossoming now. So I think the key thing for us was I was truly my authentic self. So it wasn't a representative. I really wanted him to know me for me. I was greedy since day one. I did talk since day one. And I told him about my daughter too. And I also let him know that her father was pretty active. So, if it did go further, in due time of meeting my daughter, he would also meet her father, and Ricardo didn't meet Jada for how many months? Like
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
Before we decided that we were in a place where we wanted to introduce that relationship too. So I was truly myself, but the key thing is that I didn't put any pressure on the situation. He drove this beat up green Altima.
First of all, my car was not beat up.
It was beat up.
And
it was functional, aka beat up. You know what I'm saying? The city that we live, it's like if you're not driving a certain thing, looking a certain way, or have a certain title, it can be off-putting. But I saw the potential in him, probably like he saw the potential in me. So we hope to, share more of the story with you all, but just wanted to, kind of give some.
That's it. Just make sure you guys subscribe to the bottom, and thank you so much. Bye-bye.